What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be recapping day one of free agency. Also recap some moves that happened right now as I'm recording this video. But without further ado, please like, please subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. So, first, let's start off with the Green Bay Packers. They bolstered up their secondary. The Packers did add Xavier McKinney. They also added running back Josh Jacobs, paying him I think he was 48 million for 4 years, so 12 million a year, and then Xavier McKinney for 76 million for 4 years. I think these were good moves. I mean, a bit overpay, but I think the Green Bay Packers really needed help in the secondary. Getting rid of Darnell Savage and replacing him with Xavier McKinney was a really good move. And then Josh Jacobs, really good, solid running back in the league. I think that was a good move. But they also, at the end of the day, after that, they had to get rid of Aaron Jones. They released him, and yeah, so the Packers ended up in free agency with Xavier McKinney and um, Josh Jacobs. But they also got rid of some players like Darnell Savage. They got rid of David Bakhtiari. They also got rid of, I think, DeAndre Campbell too. So they got rid of three main pieces in their defense and offense. But at the end of the day, you got to move on from some players, clear up some cap space, and I think they're going to attack the draft and bolster up this team. Next, let's go with the Las Vegas Raiders. They added Christian Wilkins. I mean, I was surprised. I was really surprised. I thought he was going to be a Chicago Bear because he met with the Chicago Bears. I thought he was going to be either a Giant. I don't know. There's a lot of players that I thought he would be, but he got a bag. He got $110 million for 5 years, or I think it was 4 years. I forgot. But then he also got 86 million of that guaranteed money. And in my opinion, I think that's a little bit of an overpay. But again, Christian Wilkins is a really good player, so I'm not mad about that if I'm a Vegas fan. But I don't know, it's a little bit of an overpay. But him and Max Crosby are going to be insane together. That defense is going to be a force to be reckoned with. So yeah, I think the Vegas Raiders made a really good move here. Um, and then Geno Stone, safety out of the Baltimore Ravens, signs with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it was a really good year, a good contract. Geno Stone's really good. 2 years, 15 million, very good move for the Cincinnati Bengals. Um, the defensive line, Bilal Nichols, signs with the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, they need anything from the defensive line. I think they had one of the worst pass rushes in the league. So getting someone like Bilal Nichols is pretty good. Bolstering up that defensive line, 3 years, 21 million, pretty good move. As I said before, yeah, it was 4 years, 110 million for Christian Wilkins. But yeah, that was a good move for the Vegas Raiders. Jonathan Grenard signs with the Minnesota Vikings. Very, very, very good move because the Minnesota Vikings are going to get rid of Daniil Hunter, getting someone younger to bolster up that defensive line to get a Daniil Hunter replacement was very, very good. 4 years, 76 million, 19 million per year, 42 million guaranteed. Very good contract. I think he's going to help the defensive line for the Vikings and help this defensive pass rush that Brian Flores loves to do, loves to have. So that's a good move. Yeah, Chris Jones signs with the Kansas City Chiefs. It didn't really happen yesterday. It happened like 2 days back. But yeah, 4 years, 120 million. Oh no, sorry, 5 years, 158.75 million, 95 million guaranteed. Very good contract for Chris Jones. Very worth it. He is probably one of the best players in the league when it comes to defensive line. Most valuable player on the Chiefs, in my opinion, other than Patrick Mahomes. So getting that move for the Chiefs, very good move. Dalton Schultz signs with the Houston Texans. I think he re-signs 3 years, 36 million. I think Dalton Schultz was really good for the Houston Texans. Yeah, and they definitely need some tight ends, so getting him was a very good move. They're like re-signing him, obviously. But wide receiver Mike Evans signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2 years, 41 million, 35 million guaranteed. I mean, Mike Evans, he's had like what 7 or 8 1,000 yard seasons in a row. I mean, the guy's the one of the most consistent wide receivers. Was a Pro Bowler. He's pretty good. I think keeping him on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was kind of surprised he stayed with the Buccaneers. I thought he was gonna go ring chase maybe, but he got the bag, and he's gonna stay with Baker Mayfield, and hopefully they can probably win their division again and maybe make a good playoff run next year. Wide receiver Kendrick Bourne signs with the New England Patriots, 3 years, 19.5 million guaranteed. No, not guaranteed. 19.5 million, 5.25 million guaranteed. Solid contract. I just don't know if he's that good. I mean, I think he's pretty mid, but I think you got him for cheap. So anything for the New England Patriots to help their new quarterback out when it comes to wide receivers. I think they should need to sign more wide receivers. I think they might go for Calvin Ridley. I saw a report, but hopefully they do, because Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi did not have a good time with that receiving core, to say the least. Chikwama Okafor signs also with the New England Patriots. He's a tackle, 1 year, $4 million, pretty cheap deal. He's a starting right tackle. I think the New England Patriots do need an offensive line, so investing in that was very good. So you got him for cheap, pretty good. So in my opinion, there's also other ones that they didn't cover in this website. I'll just say them. Kirk Cousins got a deal in Atlanta for $180 million for 4 years. Pretty good deal in my opinion, but I think for Atlanta, I think that's a little too much overpay. Kirk Cousins is 36 years old. He's coming off an Achilles injury. I just don't know if he still has it in him. Now, he's still a solid quarterback, but he's getting old. He's never really played well in the playoffs. In my opinion, they should have went for Justin Fields. The only reason why I said they should have went for Justin Fields is he's younger. He meets the timeline of the team, basically, and you don't. I feel like Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, is a rental. He's a rental, in my opinion. Like, he's not going to be a player that's going to be there long term. He's probably has 2 more good seasons in him, and then he's going to be an average quarterback after that. So, I mean, if the Falcons can win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins, I mean, I guess, but I don't think he's one of those quarterbacks where you win a Super Bowl. And then the Eagles did sign Saquon Barkley for $37.5 million for 3 years. Pretty good having Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts in that backfield and having that offensive line protect them when it comes to running. Like, that's just going to be insane. I think the Eagles are going to be very scary. And they also got Bryce Huff in the defensive line. He was number 2 in win rate when it comes to defensive line. He was really good. I think bolstering up that defensive line with Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, that and Jalen Carter. I mean, that defensive line is going to be really good with Vic Fangio as their defensive coordinator. So I think that's a really, really good move from the Eagles. So I think the Eagles played really well in this free agency so far. And then also, I think the Eagles, all they have to do is get some secondary help, and then they're going to be really good. Right? Austin Eckler went to the Washington Commanders. Really surprising move there. Joe Mixon just got traded to the Houston Texans. I mean, the Texans are making a lot of moves too. Right now, Derrick Henry just got traded to the Baltimore Ravens. Really good move from them. So there's been a lot of really crazy moves happening today and from yesterday. And in my opinion, it's going to get even more scarier. And also, lastly, my Chicago Bears did make a move in getting DeAndre Swift for $24 million for 3 years. $15 million of that is guaranteed. I think that was a solid deal for the Chicago Bears. I mean, I wish they'd made more moves yesterday, but hopefully Ryan Poles wakes up and makes some more moves. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. Yeah, so what do you guys think about free agency? Please comment down below. Like, did you think your team did really well in free agency? What do you think your team should do in free agency? Do you think that some of these moves were overpays? I would like to know in the comments. Until next time, peace.